Hey, it's Chris again with some more Devore Dad Thoughts. This one might sting, might piss people off. I don't care. I think that this phrase has become a cliche. I think that it's being used too much as a crutch. Um, I believe it's out there. I believe people have issues with it, but everybody in the world is using the phrase mental health. Mental health, mental health, mental health. You have to be worried about their mental health. No, I don't. As a parent, I need to worry about my children being healthy all the way around, mentally, physically, successfully healthy is what I'm saying. Successfully healthy. Uh, they don't, as small children, they don't need to know the term mental health. They just don't. What you need to do is help them be positive, confident people. And that's all there is to it. I mean, don't give them a crutch that somebody knows about, mental health, mental this or that. No. You're going to go through tough times. You're going to be strong enough. You're going to conquer this. You're going to move on. Children, encourage them. They need encouragement. They need reinforcement. Sometimes they need negative reinforcement. Swat on the ass sometimes. Depends on how they're acting up, what they're doing. But to start just... Children are small and they soak up everything like sponges. And, they're little sponges. That's all there is to it. And you start giving them titles of, mentally unstable or mental health or, anything like that, any variable where, oh my goodness, well, my kids' title, their generation, everybody was ADD, ADHD. Is it real? Yeah, it's real. It exists. Is it the ultimate answer for everything? No. Some kids are just hyper and need to be worked out of it. Some kids are just undisciplined as hell, and they get away with stuff. They'll figure out which parent is the weaker parent, which one's the stronger parent, whose boundaries they can push. They're smart. They do that stuff. Are there kids that really do have ADD or ADHD? Yes. Extreme cases. They're everywhere. There's lots and lots of people that have this issue. But it's not a blanket statement. My son, when he was little, he went through some stuff, and one counselor over the phone, never met my son, diagnosed him with ADHD over the phone and had a medication already set up, and had never met this kid. Never ever met this kid. And it was just unbelievable. That was the quick Band-Aid for everything. This kid had energy. You let him run it out, sports started, let him run his energy out, make him you had to pressure him, you get his homework done, but then, as soon as he started playing a sport, not a big deal. He would just burn through all the energy he had. He's a hell of an athlete. The kid is an athlete. Was he a little hyper in the house? Yeah, he wanted to be doing something. I mean, he had friends that wanted to play video games nonstop. He wanted to go outside and play. That was who he was. It didn't matter what the sport was either. Baseball, basketball, football, bicycle, skateboard, scooters. It didn't matter. He wanted to be involved. He wanted to play. And the longer he played, the calmer he was. He'd come in just relaxed, and, that's how he was. He didn't need medication. He didn't need any titles. He had one there for a minute. He had some hang-ups from his biological father for a while. He worked through them. And sports helped a lot. The kid's just talented. The titles went away. He did have some issues. But to sit and start giving a child some kind of I don't know what the right term is, but just giving them some kind of title or some kind of excuse right off the bat. And then it's not, I don't think parents are doing it intentionally, but it's so much out there that the schools have it, the other kids, the other parents, their mental health days, their mental this, mental that. We all struggle. We all have mental health days. We always have. We don't need to title them. I don't need to tell you that there's days I go home from work just burnt out, mentally and emotionally burnt out. Physically, I'm fine. I'll go home tired from work, but there's days when you got 30 guys working for you that you're worried about their safety. You're worried about getting a job done. It takes its toll. If you care, it takes its toll. I care. My guys being able to do what they got to do takes its toll on me. Same thing as being a parent. I've got my children are now spread out across the country now, and that takes its toll. I worry about their well-being, their mental health, their stability. Not really. That's never really came up, because for the most part, these have always been happy kids that were encouraged, happy kids that were confident in what they're doing. They every now and then they lack a little self-confidence, and you got to remind them of who they are and what they're capable of, what they've already accomplished. I've said it to my children before that they are already way better human beings than I'll ever be. They have passed up my accomplishments quickly, which is what I want. As a parent, that's what you want. You want your children to pass you up, and they have done that. I just, too many times on, YouTube, TikTok, whatever the case may be, it's talking about mental health and, their issues and this and that, and a lot of this stuff is bullshit. It's just bullshit. There are real cases. Some people need help. Some people need counseling or medications even. But not all of them. If a majority of them all need some kind of mental health assistance, then this society's just screwed. It's not so. And I guess what my point here is if you got young children, don't put a label on them. Don't even give them the idea of a label. They don't need to know what mental health is at a young age. They don't. They need to be encouraged to play, be silly hearts. They need to be encouraged to help one another, to have a good heart, to help their community, help their parents, help their elderly, and enjoy their time with grandparents and great-grandparents. They need to be encouraged to do all that. They need to be reminded that they can be and do anything they want to do in the world. Start with that, and don't sugarcoat it. Let them know that there's going to be hurdles, and it's not easy. You got to work. You got to earn it. If something's not going right, don't sit there and let them be so depressed. Oh my goodness, I'm so depressed because, it's just not going right. Life's tough. Get a helmet. It's not the ultimate answer, but for most of it, it is. Suck it up, move on. I'm not saying hide your feelings. And I'm not telling you to tell your kids to hide your feelings. I'm telling you to make your kids strong enough people that they can communicate their feelings. I guess that's it. That's it right there. There's no mental health if your kids are capable of communicating their feelings. I'm sad. Why am I sad? Because of this. How am I going to change it? Well, I could do this. Help them come up with the answer. Don't just, mental health is a tough one. And yeah, you're probably sad. Maybe you got depression. Let's get you ready. Hell no. They're kids. They don't need to know any of that crap. They know everything they need to know on Saturday mornings when they wake up. Either they're going to play, they're going to do chores, they're going to watch some Saturday afternoon cartoons, Saturday morning cartoons. They're kids. Let them be kids. Don't put labels on them. Teach them to express themselves in a productive way. They'll continue to do that in society with other people. That's all you got to do. Love them and teach them to express themselves. That's all I got. Love your kids. Hug them. Have a nice day.